All right, all right, all right. Hi, everybody. Today is Wednesday, November the 5th, and it is 9:40 a.m. We are starting fresh once again and noticing the resistance of it's just 5 minutes. So hop on the computer, or the voices that say, oh, let's just open social media and read and watch that. Opening up the video and starting to record is too much of a hassle. Or, hey, I still have the rest of the day to do the video. So it's a very powerful time to notice, hey, it's already early in the morning and I've got a resistance to making the video. And on the other hand, here I am now making it happen, which makes me feel pride and joy, success. And it only took 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes of back and forth mind struggle to get to this point. So it's just hilarious on how that happens. Before we jump into reading the passage of the day, we will today read something new. It is from the book The Creative Act by music producer Rick Rubin. And so far, I've really found this book to be such a meditation, such poetry, and really amazing in terms of the knowledge that's in it. So this chapter is called Patience. There are no shortcuts. The lottery winner isn't ultimately happy after their sudden change of fortune. The home built hastily rarely survives the first storm. The single-sentence summary of a book or news event is no substitute for the full story. We often take shortcuts without knowing it, and this is what I highlighted. When listening, we tend to skip forward and generalize the speaker's overall message. We miss the subtleties of the point, if not the entire premise. In addition to the assumption that we are saving time, this shortcut also avoids the discomfort of challenging our prevailing stories, and our worldview continues to shrink. The artist actively works to experience life slowly and then to re-experience the same thing anew, to read slowly and to read and read again. I might read a paragraph that inspires a thought, and while my eyes continue moving across the page in the physical act of reading, my mind may still be lost in the previous idea. I'm not taking in information anymore. When I realize this, I return to the last paragraph I can recall and start reading from there again. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 pages back. Rereading, even a well-understood paragraph or page, can be revelatory. New meanings, deeper understandings, inspirations, and nuances arise and come into focus. Reading, in addition to listening, eating, and most physical activities, can be experienced like driving. We can participate either on autopilot or with focused intention. So often we sleepwalk through our lives. Consider how different your experience of the world might be if you engaged in every activity with the attention you might give to landing a plane. There are those who approach the opportunities of each day like crossing items off a to-do list, instead of truly engaging and participating with all of themselves. Our continual quest for efficiency discourages looking too deeply. The pressure to deliver doesn't grant us time to consider all possibilities. Yet it's through deliberate action and repetition that we gain deeper insight. Patience is required for the nuanced development of your craft. Patience is required for taking in information in the most faithful way possible. Patience is required for crafting a work that resonates and contains all that we have to offer. Every phase of an artist's work and life benefits from cultivating this achievable habit. Patience is developed much like awareness, through an acceptance of what is. Impatient is an argument with reality, the desire for something to be different from what we are experiencing in the here and now. A wish for time to speed up, tomorrow to come sooner, to relive yesterday, or to close your eyes, then open them and find yourself in a different place. Time is something that we have no control over, so patience begins with acceptance of natural rhythms. The implied benefit of impatience is to save time by speeding up and skipping ahead of those rhythms. Paradoxically, this ends up taking more time and using more energy. It's wasted effort. When it comes to the creative process, patience is accepting that the majority of the work we do is out of our control. We cannot force greatness to happen. All we can do is invite it in and await it actively. Not anxiously, as this might scare it off, simply in a state of continual welcoming. If we remove time from the equation of a work's development, what we're left with is patience. I'll read that again. If we remove time from the equation of a work's development, what we're left with is patience. Not just for the development of the work, but for the development of the artist as a whole. Even the masterpieces that have been produced on tight timelines are the sum of decades spent patiently laboring on other works. If there is a rule to creativity that is less breakable than the others, it is that the need for patience is ever present. Thank you, Rick Rubin. And now back on to the passage of the day. This is the beginning of a new day. What we do today is important because I have been given this day to use as I will. What I do today is important because I'm exchanging a new day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place whatever I have traded for. I will pledge to myself that it shall be for gain, good, and success, in order that I shall not regret the price I paid for this day. My thinking and my attitudes are calm and they are cheerful. I act and feel friendly towards other people. I am tolerant of other people, their shortcomings and mistakes, and I view their actions with the most favorable understanding possible. I act as though attainment of my goals is sure to happen. I am the kind of individual I aspire to be, and everything I do and the way I feel expresses this individuality. I will not allow my judgment or attitude to be affected by negativism or pessimism. I try to smile as often as possible, at least several times a day. I respond in a calm and intelligent manner, without alarm, no matter what the situation. If I cannot control a situation, I try always to react in a positive manner, even to negative facts. I know that if I apply myself to forming habits to enable me to act in the above manner, it will have a positive influence on my self-image in a most constructive way. By making these actions a part of my life, I will notice a definite growth in my self-confidence. As I continue, I'll call this the second day of a new session of the 21 days of reading this passage. In the book, Live and Be Free through Psycho-Cybernetics, the book really teaches us a lot of our inner codes, in that speaking mantras in a daily practice can be the strong foundation for enacting, catalyzing, and starting change in our lives. So as I skip back to the back of the book, which are full of quotes, actually, I started a new book, and I'm going to read a part of this new book. It's called Excellent Advice for Living, and it's by Kevin Kelly, who is the founder of Wired magazine back in the day. And so they started the first technology magazine that was also related to personal development. It wasn't just about computer world or the latest tech, but about articles, people, enterprises, entrepreneurs, people that were making a difference in the world. And so this is his book that he decided to write when he turned 68. And what started as life advice of 68 different things to teach his kids, he ended up compiling over 400 different things to share. So a couple of quotes. Oh, this is a very beautiful one. We lack rites of passage. Create a memorable family ceremony when your child reaches legal adulthood between 18 and 21. This moment will become a significant touchstone in their life. That's beautiful. Whenever you can't decide which path to take, pick the one that produces change. Habit is far more dependable than inspiration. Make progress by making habits. Don't focus on getting into shape. Focus on becoming the kind of person who never misses a workout. All right, everybody, there you have it for today. And this is Philip Chen, and we